Hi, and welcome back to Poltergeist Board Games. Today we are going to take a look at Dune Imperium Uprising, designed by Paul Dennen from Dire Wolf Games. This came out in 2023, and it's for 1 to 4 players, up to 6 players, 60 to 120 minutes, or 180, ages 13 plus. And so let's I'll go over the components first, and then I'll go over the board, the cards, and then I'll do a couple turns to show you what it's like. It's a very cool game, lots of fun to play. All right, so start with these. Every player gets 3 of these. These are called spies. They go out on the board, and you're able to recall them to draw a card, or you can, if someone's on the space that you want to go to and you have a spy there, you can put your person there. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to go there. Then we have, these are your troop cubes. They go down in your garrison here, and they will come out into the conflict area to battle, and they give you points down here on this track at the end. Then you have agents. You start with 2 agents. If you get the Swordmaster space, you pay. You get to get a 3rd Swordmaster, and then it just, or a 3rd agent, which is called your Swordmaster, and it allows you just an extra turn. Okay, then we have the regular playing pieces. So we have these big pieces are worth 5. So these are Solari. These are worth 1. And they are, this is Solari, this is the currency. This is spice. If you've seen the movies, you know what spice is. It's the harvested thing that everyone's battling for control over. This is water. And you get, everyone starts with 1 water. These trays are made by a friend of mine. And he has, I'll put a link to his store on Etsy, but these are great. These are like little metal trays that he makes, and they have different compartments. This one's my favorite because it holds all the pieces, and you get a set of 3 for $20. And this is the other one. So you get 3 different sizes, which is nice. So they're very cool. And he also has, does the convention here in the Reno area, and he's the one behind that. So thanks to him for bringing conventions to Reno. All right, so let's go over, we'll go over the cards next. All right, so you have a deck of these intrigue cards. They can get played for combat or plot. So a plot, you have different, you have your agent turn, and this card can be played during that, or during your reveal turn, the card can be played during that. So this card, you would pay 5 Solari, and you get to choose to do an influence over here on the track. So the main goal is to get up to, on this track, get up to 10, and then that's how you win the game. So those are intrigue cards. This is the Imperium row here. This is what the players get to choose from. I'm playing against 2 rivals, so they have their own deck here. That tells them what space to go to, and gives them some of these down on the track here for the conflict. So these are just They have a cost, and then they have an area, and then this like beige or tan box is your agent turn, which you can do during that turn. This is what you would get during the reveal turn. So if you kept the card into the reveal turn, you would get this water. If you played this during the agent turn, you would get this cube here and play the text here. So you start off with a beginner deck. This is a deck building game. So you start off with these beginner cards. They are all noted with this symbol here. And you get 10 of those. Your starting hand is 5 cards. And you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what you do is you play a card, and depending on what you want to do, you know, if you want to get spice, or you want to get Solari, or you want to gain influence here, because when you gain influence, you get victory points, and the victory points move you up the track here on the right. Okay, so this is, we'll finish the cards here. This is their deck. So they, like this one says, that you go to Haga Basin or Imperial Basin, depending on which one has the most spice in it. If they're tied, then you would go to Haga Basin, which is right here. So it's between these two. We have these are for the sandworms. If you've seen the movies, you know what the sandworms are. So if you're able to get one of these, the first thing you have to get is one of these hooks. And once you gain this hook, then you're able to call a sandworm and put him in your conflict area. And that's worth 3 points. The cubes deployed here are worth 2 points. And then the these little swords on the cards right here. Let me see if I have any in my deck. Yeah, right here, these are worth 1 point. So, then you have these conflict cards. So you start with one, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 twos, 1, 2, 3, 4 threes. So there's 10 of these. These are kind of like the rounds, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to win these. So you want to gain, so like for this one, this one's good for me because this is my objective and it matches. So if I have 2 of these, then I gain a victory point. And this rival, they have this one, so if they get 2 of these, they get a victory point. So my rivals that I'm playing against, and I drew them. So I have Lady Amber Matuli. She'll be in the blue. And in the gold will be Glossu the Beast Rabin. He'll be representing the gold. And we have this space here that you can break down, put a hole in this wall, and then it can, the sandworm is able to fight these areas in the conflict area. And let's see what else. All right, so my leader is Muad'Dib, right here. And he gets, if he plays a signet ring, which is this ring here. So when he plays that, then I get to draw a card from my draw pile. And when you use a card, it goes into your discard pile. So let me see where I can put this. Where it can be seen, I guess. This is my draw pile. And this over here will be my discard pile, I guess. But this will be in my hand. Okay, so let's play a couple turns. So I have the first player token. This is the first player token, and then it rotates around. This designates that I get the first player token, the symbol. Okay, so what I have to do is on my turn, I can play a card. So what I try to do is I try to get, these are the influence tracks, and able for you to move up there. So, see, when I play this, then I trash this card. It goes right out of my deck. So I'm going to get, and when you play it, you have to put your token on one of these spaces. So you have to be able to play it. I don't have 4 spice. I could go here and get $2, 2 Solari. I could go here and get water. Could go here and get an intrigue card. Could go here, I could pay my water. And because this is a pay, so I could pay a water and get an army and deploy the army and trash a card. So I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go play this card and go here. So I take an agent. Okay, I need to pay a water. So pay a water there. And I get an army or a troop. I get to put him in here. I get to deploy him because these cross swords, this is a combat area. So I get to deploy him because I just got him, and then I get to deploy up to 2 others. It's that, and then I move up 1 on the influence here. When I get to this, I pick up a victory point. If you get to here, you get another victory point and a water. Let's see here. All right, so then then I trashed that card, so that this card goes out of the deck. All right, and then I pass my turn. I pass it over to the rival, the beast, in his card. Actually, this one is these are what do you call it? They're contracts, so we're not playing that module. So conflict 1 or 3. Yeah, so we're not playing this module, so we'll take that out. Oh, same thing. Okay, here's one. A Rakim, and they get a troop and a signet ring. So we're gonna move over to Rakim. They don't get the board rewards. They only get what's on their card. So he gets 1. He has 1 sword here, so he gets 1 in the conflict area down here on the track here. And then he gets 1 army that gets to go out, and he can deploy 2 others. And then he gets to use his signet ring, and that is, he gets 1 army or 2 armies if the beast has an alliance. It doesn't have an alliance yet, so he gets one more army, and that can be deployed. Okay, oh no, that one goes into the garrison. Okay, so that's their turn. Now we go over to this rival, Lady Amber. So she can place a spy on one of the orange spaces. They go to the far right on theirs. So she's going to place a spy there. And then she gets 2 on the conflict track. And then she gets to reveal another card to actually move her agent. Okay, so her agent's going to espionage. Espionage. They get 1 influence and another spy, or a spy. So they get 1 influence and a spy. And spy goes far right. Okay. And then it comes back to me. Oops, forgot to move the stupid token around. And it comes back to me. Okay. So let's see, I have these cards. I'm gonna play this one to get influence on. Let me do. I'm going to do the secrets one and gain an intrigue card. So I move up 1 and I get an intrigue card. Impress. Acquire a card that costs 3 or less. So I can use this during the combat, during the conflict, which is the 3rd phase. And I get two spaces, and then acquire a card that costs 3 or less on influence from this row here. I can't see it. From the row up here, I would get a card that's 3 or less. All right, so that's the end of my turn. I played diplomacy. Okay, so now it's over to here. Okay. He's going to the spice refinery and use a signet ring. So, spice refinery. Oh yeah, I forgot. These have to have, these get made spice every turn. I always forget to load these up. All right, so he gets 1 on the track. And then gets to use his signet ring, which gives him an army. Goes into his garrison. Okay. And then put that one away. And then it's her turn. And she's going desert tactics. She can't go there because I'm already there. So she's going to go... that's a contract. Can't play that one. Let me take that out. Assembly hall. She'll go to the assembly hall. And she gets an intrigue card. So she gets Shadow Alliance. So this is an end game. So this gets played at the end of the game. You hold on to it. If you have 4 influence or more on a faction track where an opponent has the alliance, you gain a victory point. So she'll hold on to that. All right, and then she gets 2 influence. Oh, she has 2 influence. She gains an influence, but she has no influence there, so she gets nothing. All right. So that is the end of the agent turn. Everyone is gone. So now is what's called the reveal turn. And you don't have to use your 2 agent turns. You can go right to the reveal turn if you want to get more points. So this influence here, I only get 3 points to choose a card. And there's only 1 card, actually 2. But there's a 1, 3, and 1, 2 that I can choose from. But the others are 4, 4, 5, and 6 points. So first thing I do is move my thing over 1 on the track. Because I have that symbol, and then I'm going to play this card and acquire a card that I get 2 more on the track. 1, 2. And then acquire a card that costs 3 or less. So I'm going to play that. So that goes out of play. And a 3 or less card. So this is only 1. So I get that. And that goes directly into my discard pile. And then you fill the space. Okay, and then I'm going to use my 3 influence here. I don't have anything to get on the reveal turn, so I'm going to use these 3 and get a 2 here. Put that in my discard, and then these other 2 go in my discard pile. And that is it. And now we resolve the conflict area. So we resolve the track here. So these are worth 2 points each. So 2, 4, 6 for them. So they go up to 8. And I have 2, 4, 6, and I go up to 9. So there is no, you don't have get a 3rd place if you're the 3rd player. So you only get a 1st and a 2nd. If 2 people tie for 1st, then they split the 2nd. So, or they each get the 2nd. So what I'm going to get is I'm going to get 2 Solari. 2 of these. And then and then the beast, he's going to get 3. And then I win this card. So I'm going to take a victory point, because I now have 2. And I move myself up 1. Okay, so I end up with 9. The beast ends up with 8. So I won that conflict card, got my victory point, and now we start the next turn. So I deal out 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's my turn. Okay, so I'm going to, don't have any influence that I can use on the influence track, so I can either go to orange, these spaces, I can go to green, or I can go to the purple. I'm going to try to, I want to get this 3rd agent, so I'm going to go up here and get, or actually, oh, forgot, I got to flip over the next card. So what we're battling for here is influence, a spy, and 2 Solari. Okay, so green, need to get Solari. I can go here and get 2. I don't have any spice, so I'll just take 2. Okay, so that was the purple. So I put that in my discard pile. And then the play goes to the next player. I had to reset these. Oh, and in the conflict area, when these cubes have been used, you put them back in your supply. So you have to pull from your garrison unless you get some from, you know, and are able to deploy it in a combat space. Okay, so they're gonna go and they draw a card. Siege Tabard. So they get, if this rifle doesn't have 2 influence, which they don't, reveal another card. All right, so they're not going there. All right, they're going to Highliner. They get an influence there. And they get 3 armies they can deploy. 3 armies they can deploy plus 2. Okay. Oh boy, and they get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the chart, on the track. Looks like they're going to win that. Okay, then the next player rival goes. They got the same card. Or no, they got Seek Tabard, but they don't have 2 influence. No. So they can't go there. Desert Tactics. Alright, so they're going to go down here. So they gain an influence there. And they get an army. And they could put a hole in the wall over here. But I don't think they can because they don't have the hook yet. I think that's how that works. And then, all right, so they get an army. And that gets deployed. They can deploy 2 others. Then they get 3. Okay, and then it's my turn. Okay, so I have 2 orange and a green. I'm going to use the spice back out. Now, if a rival does land on these, they do get the spice. They get the bonus spice, but not the board spice. Okay, I think I'm going to use this one and go here and get 2 spice plus 1 spice, so I'll get 3 spice. Put that in my discard. I get 2 plus 1. Put my agent there. Okay, so my turn's done. And goes to them. Arakeen. So he gets an army that gets deployed. And he can deploy that other one. And Signet Ring, which gives him an army to put in his garrison. And then he gets 1 on the track. Alright. Then goes over to the other rival. Sardakar. They get 1 influence here. And they get 2 armies that just go to the garrison. And they get a 1, 2, 3, 4 on here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I'm done. Everyone else is done. So now it's the reveal turn. And on the reveal turn, I get 1 on the track. And I have no armies. 2, 4, 6 for blue. So that's 13. And 2, 4, 6, 7 times 2 is 14. So they get 20. They go all the way up to 20. So so the gold wins. So gold gets 1 influence here. And they get an experience point because they just hit 2 there. They get a spy. So spy goes there. And then they get 2 Solari. And then the second place player gets 4 Solari. And an army into their garrison. And then these come off They go back into their supply. And the gold gets this card. They don't have a pair yet. And then, okay, let me flip over to the next conflict. So it looks like we're fighting for influence here, and we get a intrigue card. I want to mention the rule books. There's 3 of them. So you have the regular rule book that is 20 pages with the back page. On the back, you have this nice icon guide. So whenever you run across an icon on the board or card, you're able to identify it, tells what it is. It's very good information. There's good information in here. It's a really good rule book, easy to follow. The game is easy to play. There's expansions that you can add. I'm going to get this next one, Rise of Ix. And then you have a solo 2-player game rulebook. Short, tells you how to set up the different changes you can make or that you have to make to the game. And so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. And different variants that you can do. And then if you're combining with the Rise of Ix or Immortality. And then you have a board space guide. So this will tell you, kind of like with the icons, it'll tell you the what each space on the board means. And what, these mean to do. Like, draw a card. And so forth. Get an army, draw a card. So those are the rule books. And there's another one for the 6-player. Here it is, the 6-player, and this one's a little longer. It is for 8 pages. And it has additional icons and board spaces. And there's 2 boards that go, these 2 boards get added. So that's the 6-player game. And those are the rules. But I hope you enjoyed this little look at and playthrough. So don't forget to like and subscribe. And also check out my friend's Etsy store. I'm going to put the link in the description. Thank you. Have a good day.